I am going to tell you a story so frightening, so scary. I don't know what you'll do something spooky, scary. Anyway, but the most scary part of the adventure that I am going to tell you, dear viewers, is the fact that you may live this horror yourselves. Thank you all for coming tonight. I appreciate your time. There's probably glare in my glasses right now, but here we are. Alright, hey guys, so welcome to a very spooky adventure. It was Halloween. This is going to be a very casual video because this is a event that was created by friends of mine who told me that I'm not allowed to bring my camera because I need to learn how to have fun. And that's exactly what I did, and let me tell you, I had a lot of fun. Even though they told me not to bring my camera, I was still gonna bring my camera, and then my camera mysteriously broke like a few weeks before the game and needed a couple months to get repaired, so I was like, it's destiny. It has to be. Also, you wanna know something spookier than what I'm about to tell you? Is the fact that I got all dolled up to the nines in contacts and a wig and to look like a spooky psychic blind witch. And my brand new clip-on mic didn't work.
I'm also testing out this new fancy clip-on mic, so hopefully it doesn't sound awful. So when I played this character, I wasn't wearing a wig, and now I'm wearing a wig, and it's not staying on my head, and I'm really sad about it. It's not staying, I also cannot find any notes that I made when filming that video. So I might forget things, but it's chill, it's fine. I think it's cool. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna wing it. We'll do it live. So while there's not a lot of footage from this game, and I was told not to make a video about it because like I bought a ticket and everything, I'm gonna do it anyway, because this game is definitely, out of everything that I've done, it's on my top 3 list of experiences that I've had. Anyway, have you ever watched a horror movie and you're like, man, I wish I could be one of those guys? Let me reword that. Have you ever watched a horror movie and wanted that kind of psychological, scary experience, but to be able to walk away from it? Well, have I got the adventure for you. Lucy, stop walking on my laptop, baby. Oh, you did a thing with your bandana, you goof. Here you go, now you look pretty. But please, yeah, stay off my laptop. So friends of mine recently created Dispossessed Productions, which is an interactive theater production group who specialize in psychological horror events. You can call it whatever you want, interactive theater. I'm gonna kill this hat. I just wanna be a witch. You can call it whatever you want, interactive theater, LARP, whatever you wanna call it. It involves pretending to be characters for an entire weekend in order to tell a collaborative story. Can you like shove him or something?
Get into an altercation. Him shove.
Altercation!
I just love that, like, buddy!
And if you're worried because you're a chicken, hello fellow chicken, I am also a chicken, and it was worth it. So if you buy a ticket for this event, you're gonna be given a professionally written character, and like, thanks Lucy. If you guys have been around on this channel, you know I've done a few things like this in the past, but like, Post Mortem to this day is probably my favorite pre-written character. And it's the only character that I've walked away from where I'm like, yeah, I didn't change that at all. I think I stayed pretty true to the original theme of the writing. Lucy. But anyway, you're gonna be given a pre-written character and put into this scenario. So for Post Mortem, which is their main game that takes place at a creepy cabin in the woods, I might say, we just got here, my phone's at 1%, no one has service, and look at where we are. I thought I was thought I was ready. No. Like, what are those? What are those? Where are we? Like, you're actually in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty spooky. But for Post Mortem, you are playing a member of, excuse me, Lucy, I gotta grab my binder. But for Post Mortem, you are playing a member of DOOR, the Department of Occult Research. And DOOR sent some previous members to this farmhouse because there was some cult stuff happening. They were there for the cult stuff, but they all mysteriously disappeared. So now your group is going in. Lucy, don't eat my headphones. So now your group is going in to find out where they all went, only to find an empty farmhouse. But the type of horror that Post Mortem deals with isn't monsters, or even though they say it is, what's his name? Bartleby Barnum. H.P. Lovecraft. Cthulhu, even though they say it's very heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. It's more along the lines of the themes of his writing, which is a greater force that no man can go up against. And it's all internal. Like, a lot of the game focused on what is real and what is not, and questioning everyone's sanity. And it was so well done to the point that, like, I myself was freaking out a little bit. It messed me up. Like watching a horror movie. Like I walked away from it like I watched a horror movie where I was like, One of my buddies at the game says that as he was going to bed, he had to recite to himself, okay, I am still his name, because he was freaking out so much. So yeah, if horror movies don't do it for you, have you tried our Lord and Savior LARPing? And like, this is the level of attention that they put into this interactive theater event. We would leave the house, and when we came back, there would be different paintings on the wall. Like, there would be a painting when we were in the house, and then we'd leave and we'd come back and the painting would have been replaced with a slightly different painting.
If you take the photo of the devil in the living room, just tag Natalie FN. I'll tag David tag.
Devil in the living room? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's the artist.
There's a devil in the living room?
We changed the painting Saturday night.
What the f- What?
And I'm sure you recognize that one before.
Who's the artist again?
It's FN Natalie Vegas Art. She's from she's out of Montreal.
Oh my god.
We are adorers.
It's very like indie horror game-esque.
Yeah. Our here.
They utilized smells. So like we would walk into different rooms and they'd smell like different rooms in the house.
We wanted to use smells because it's a sense that is always fully engaged, but you don't notice it as much as like sight. So when you're looking at a room, you can immediately be like, that's different, that's different, that's different. But things like sound and scent, they unsettle you, but you're not always 100% realizing why until someone mentions it. And you're like, oh, it does smell different. When you smell your partner or you smell something familiar like your grandmother's house or something, it does trigger like calm and happy memories. And so we went with something we thought was a bit sharper for the niobium smell. So it was like sweet to the point of being a little bit uncomfortable, which is what we started with. And if you picked up any of the petals and stuff, they would have all smelled like that smell that was in the basement.
It's a Fantasia
This is the
machine.
bolting station.
Somebody do the headsets, are they still here?
Yeah, these are your headsets.
Can you put it on? Scott, look contemplative and look at the machine. What has this machine done?
It'll still light up though if you flick the switch. This switch? Yeah, flick it. Oh, hey, look, it is still lighting up.
Then once you came out of the Fantasia, we switched to a lavender, because lavender is known for making people kind of like sleepy, drowsy, inducing good dreams. Like you drink lavender tea before you go to bed and it's good for you, like help you sleep well. And it was supposed to kind of symbolize that dreamscape that we were putting you into and help make the lines between reality and the Fantasia dreamscape blurrier.
Immersion! So while when you're watching a horror movie or reading a horror book, it's all just visual and you're watching it from like someone else's perspective. Post Mortem, the story is happening all around you and you can change the events of it. But like, spoiler alert, everybody's probably gonna die. Ashley, do you wanna do me a favor? I know this isn't how it ended up, but can I have 2 seconds where I look kind of cool and can I be standing just in the middle of them? Yeah. Cool, thanks.
Taking credit for my kills! Taking credit for my kills!
Do not agree to this,
I use you as a weapon!
So the character I played at this game was Genevieve Jeunet. So they only give you a first initial so you can just make up your own first name. And the short version of her backstory is she was so clairvoyant that it was painful to her. And I messaged my friends and I was like, can I take it one step further? Can she have literally blinded herself to suppress her clairvoyancy? And I actually want to take a moment here to give a shout out to another YouTuber. I knew I wanted to play her blind, but I did not know how to do that respectfully. I needed to do research. But see, she blinded herself to suppress the clairvoyancy, but it was still so strong that she essentially used future vision to see everywhere. Like the way I described it is she could walk into a house, see a vision of a man having coffee there 4 years later, and know how to get to the kitchen. And the first thing I knew I needed to do, because we're playing people who write paperwork on cult activity, was I looked up how do blind people write. And I came across this channel, the Tommy Edison Experience. So for anyone who has questions on being visually impaired, I absolutely recommend his channel. He has incredible videos about how he lives his life. Not only are they educational, it helps me become less ignorant to being visually impaired, but also, dude has the funniest sense of humor. It's just a very uplifting channel. It helped me so much. And so yeah, check him out. That's what I gotta say. Yeah, she like sees the future and is super creepy and stuff. She was the first character I played that like wasn't a great person. I swung on that swing so much. I also did a Q&A video over on my other channel, so you can check those out in the description box. Also, I don't know if you can see, but like, I made this binder myself and I put so much effort into it. I have little emotional notes. They gave us like a assignment and some stuff about our mission. This is a schedule, so like when they were gonna serve food and stuff. So before the game, they sent us all like character packages, which included a little leaflet about like what the schedule of the game was gonna be like. Some like very mysterious items were in there that apparently we're going to play into our game. I got 2 tarot cards, one of which being the 4 of Cups, which I'm not gonna spoil anything in this video, but it ended up being it ended up having a great deal to do with like the big final scene of the game. They also gave you this little name badge that you could wear during the game that had our pictures on it and everything. And look how legit this looks. It's got a barcode. Huh. I wonder what would happen if I scanned that barcode. Yeah, it's got your name, Department of Occult Research, and you could wear it around your neck the entire game. You could also keep stuff in it, which is handy. So yeah, you got a little care package before the game, and just like it got me on that hype train, yo. As if I wasn't already on it, continuously sending voicemails to people like every day. Oh, this was helpful. They also had, these are all the players and their characters. And so it let us see like who was in charge of who. So there were 3 factions that you could be a part of. Hermetics? Which was just, you know, the coolest department. I'm not gonna lie to you. Essentially modern day witches. Give you one good guess as to which division I was in. Just chilling with my witches. That's the witch. Squad.
It's a great album. Morgan, get into the spirit of it! Get into the spirit of this boy band. There we go.
Also, I know at least one of you is gonna be like, what, why would I wanna play a witch? I'm a dude. I need you to take a look at my dude friend here that played a witch. I need you to look at how badass this male witch looks.
It feels weird, but you don't look weird.
You always look weird, Aiden.
There, a little bit lower with the cowl.
Strike a pose. Somebody on Twitter was like, I really hope this game is just you guys like filing paperwork about different demonic entities, and I posted that in the group because everyone's like, yeah, that's what it is. Me and a bunch of my friends before the game, to get excited about it, actually started sending each other fake voicemails over Facebook as our characters. So yeah, we're the modern day witches that work for the company. Then there was the new rationalists, I believe. They were the science division. And then there is the Reapers division, which were the soldiers, you know, all the dudes that had guns. Well, that was another cool part about this game. It was heavily implied that all of us were going to end up killing each other in the end because we were all going insane and there was like a whole demonic sacrifice thingy. You know, I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah, don't get too optimistic about a happy ending.
No, you gotta sit on the ground, man. That doesn't look real at all.
Why's the blood up here then?
I don't know, maybe bash your head?
It might be in their cabin.
Oh, there's actually stuff in there. But only some of us started off with weapons. Like, all the Reapers had guns. Can we see the gun with sound, though? It's terrifying. Where'd you get it?
It's Sean's ones that has a CO2 canister.
Oof. So if you wanted a gun, you'd have to, like, take one from a Reaper.
Alright.
I've already failed.
Is the safety
I'm already
on?
failing. I don't know.
Press the... This is the safety. Red is dead.
Oh!
Yeah, okay, there, you're good. She's got the bloodlust. Flip it in the air, catch it.
Ow, I hurt myself. Shut up. Yeah. Ow, wait, trick shot.
Woo!
Ow.
Well done.
Oh, I'm actually in pain.
I actually went out to the barn at night and found, like, a foam pipe wrench that I could, like, hit somebody with. So I hid it under my bed. I tried to give it to Connor to make him kill somebody. I'm a little messed up. But that's the most fun part about this. It's a horror movie that you have authority in. How many people did you whack over the head with a wrench? 3? Just 3? Is that above or below average? Or...
It's like 25%.
What's your wrench batting?
Also, if you're wondering why I'm dressed like Jess from New Girl, they don't just do Post Mortem, they also have a game called Devil's Theme, which is a prequel to Post Mortem that takes place on a boat. So yes, you could play pirates, that's a thing. But they also have a game that I just played called Red Death, which is based on Edgar Allan Poe's short story, poem, his thing, Red Death. So in the original Edgar Allan Poe work, I haven't read it, but this is what they told me. I was told that it is about a party. Plague is happening, you know, as plague does. And so all the rich people decide to throw a party to quarantine themselves from the poor people. And that party doesn't go great. But Dispossessed Productions' version of Red Death is about a cast and crew of a theater production group that are putting on a play of Red Death. And I got to do what I love doing at games, taking pictures, except I actually got to play like the cast photographer. And honestly, Red Death exceeded my expectations a bit, because I played Post Mortem and it affected me more than any game that I've ever played ever. Like, I go to events like this because I want to cry. And I bawled my eyes out at Post Mortem. That changed me. And while Post Mortem takes place over a weekend, Red Death takes place in one night. And I was like, the Post Mortem thing was just a fluke. There's no way that I can have that much of an emotional connection in that short a time again. But it happened, it did. And I cried a little at Red Death and killed 2 people.
Take a seat, anywhere. Take a seat, 1 of the 4 chairs. Yeah, that's fine. Alex, sit down. Scene 2, here you go. Scene 2, please. Scene 2. What page is that? That's page 9.
Scene 2.
It's 9, 10. Okay, here's the, take this. That's behind. Let's take this. Okay. All right, put your camera down. Put your camera down. Okay, scene 2. Go ahead, read lines.
Who am I reading?
Just read lines.
A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creature in her, dashed to all pieces.
Louder.
Oh, the cries of her and others like
Louder.
nails against my heart.
We want loud emotion.
I am better than the death below, master of a full heavenly castle, and for you, let me tell you.
Pay attention.
More to know did never meddle.
Emotions and loud. Get that anger out. Remember, anger. Get that anger. Read your lines.
Mask of the red.
Read lines. Line. No, read lines. Louder. Emotion.
What is this if you're not gonna get us to read what's on it?
Read the line.
I'm sorry.
You have often begun to tell me.
Read your
The
line.
Mask of the Red Death, Edgar Allan Poe, adapted by M. Lord.
Louder.
Are you cast Prospero, the ruler of the castle, the love interest, love
Emotion.
Red
Loud
Death,
emotion.
assassin, a sprayed in service.
No, read your lines.
Everything here is fine. You will assure them.
What I'm saying is my friends are incredibly talented and they are able to dish out incredible experiences every single time. So far. No pressure, guys. And here we see exhausted game runners in their natural after-game habitat. How are you guys feeling?
Good. I'm feeling great, but now I can let the exhaustion hit me. But now I can sleep.
Okay, start again.
Here you go.
I was wrong. This takes a long time.
I'm gonna gift that.
Send that to me when you got it. I'll make money for that.
If we do anything like this again, it's getting planned at least 8 months in advance.
This is probably just because they told me not to bring my camera, but I have never felt more immersed in a character in such a long time. And it scared me, and it moved me, and it changed me. This LARP had me walking away and remembering why I LARP. It's because it can do this to you. It can leave you with a better and different perspective than when you went into it. So yeah, thanks guys for telling me not to bring my camera. Yeah, I knew this was gonna be a really short video because, you know, this was the one game that I went to for fun, so the video was gonna be very casual and fun to make. But I literally just wanted to tell you guys, like, go if you have the opportunity, if you can, do this game, because it took my breath away. It really did.
I feel like LARP's kind of a weird thing where it's like, wow, we just murdered everybody. What a blast.
Bring it in, guys! Bring it in! Bring it in! All I can say is that's not what I was expecting to have happen.
Oh
at
God,
any
no.
point this weekend.
Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it'd be a nice, spooky, chill video for Halloween if you want to go on a psychological horror adventure. All of their information's gonna be in the description box below, including when the next game's gonna be, how to buy tickets. They're also very active on social media, so if you check out Instagram and Twitter, they're there too.
Some quick things about my costume. These contacts here are from a website called Uniqso. A lot of people ask me how well I can see through them. I can see through them completely fine. There's like a little white blur, but I could read, I could check my phone. It gets a little harder in like the daylight. Night was better, oddly enough. But like even beyond that, they are so comfy. I will honestly use Uniqso forever. I am sponsored by them. You can use the code MomoO'Brien at checkout. But I feel so comfortable talking about them because out of all the contact lenses that I've been sent, out of all the contact lenses that I've bought for myself, these are the most comfortable, the best looking. They have such a wide range. I actually wore Uniqso contacts for Marked as well, so you can see that later. But yeah, just would heavily recommend Uniqso, and that's where these guys are from. Also, I was sent a skirt by these guys. Yeah, the skirt's really cute. It's real witchy, and you can get it here. So quick thank you to these guys. Also, forget it. Also, I know in their brains, everyone was like, what? Momo made a costume that's all black and there's no pastels, and where the heck is the flower crown? To that, I raise you. What this? Managed to sneak it in. And while I'm not sponsored by this company, I just want to say I got this from Witch Worldwide, and I want everything on their store. This was thrifted. This I got a big alien skirt from there. Tights were thrifted. Also, the really beautiful watercolor tarot cards that I used for the game. That's how I was able to tell the futures with the tarot cards. It's the Linstrider deck, I believe. Oh hey, welcome to the end screen. So if you like seeing videos about adventures like these, especially the ones where I actually have footage during the event, what really helps me out for those is my Ko-fi. See the links. Ko-fi helps me out with plane ticket expenses, costuming expenses, sometimes ticket pricing. I already know the game that I'm gonna set as a goal soon, and it's also very witchy. Even perhaps witchier. Witchier. Also, if you want to see pictures of events, including pictures of characters like this chick, you can see my Instagram. Also, if you want to see what's on my mind, you can check my Twitter. And if you haven't subscribed, that'd be cool. That'd be really dope if you did that, because I work hard on these videos and I like when people see them, so. I'm gonna take these contacts out of my eyes now. Okay, bye everybody, bye! Yeah. I guess that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Alright. So long. Farewell. Adieu. If I forget to say anything, just so I don't have to film again, it'll be overlaid on right here. Here it is. The thing I forgot to say. Wow. God, my memory sucks.